should be a pretty, oh, there's one. Whew, look at that rod. A netter, for sure. Whoa. All right. But what I'm out doing today, I'm fishing post-spawn walleyes. And these walleyes like this are starting to turn on. The good bite is just coming on the scene. And one of the best ways I know to catch them at this time of the year is one of my favorite ways to catch them, period. It's with a jig, the VMC Moon Tail Jig. You know, jigs like this have been around in the world of walleyes for many, many, many years. But we're seeing a real resurgence in the world of walleye fishing on hair jigs. This is about 2.5 years in the making. Just looks like a plain old jig, huh? Well, let me explain to you what the difference is. I want you to imagine taking a jig head and putting it in a vise and make the jig flatter with a bigger eyeball profile on the side. The bigger the eyeball, the more the walleyes like it. Then we spent a lot of time working with the hair. From nose to tail, about a 4-inch bait was perfect, splattering the tinsel. And then the other thing we learned, the hair had to be thin. You get less resistance, you could fish the bait faster, it drops quicker, it snaps faster. And then the other thing was the hook. That hook is unbelievable. You don't miss anything on it. This is the best hook on the market on a jig I have ever seen. Oh, one more thing, it casts like a bullet, man. You can throw it right into the wind with no problems. The bait comes in an 1/8 ounce size, a 1/4 ounce, and a 3/8 ounce. And when it's flat like that with that thinner hair, you'd be amazed at how deep of water I could fish that 3/8 ounce. I fish it very aggressive. Right now I'm throwing up on some shallow water stuff. So I'm snap jigging. I want to really move that bait some distance. With that thinner head, it comes up and it drops fairly fast. And then every once in a while, you'll see where you can take this jig and you swim it really, really, really slow. And it's pretty snag-free. So real slow retrieve, like, ooh, oh, I love it. Oh, how I love it. I'll tell you, it don't get any better than this, catching walleyes on a jig. A hair jig, to be specific. We got the color, we got the color. Speaking of colors, take a look at this. And catching them on a jig, you know, up in shallow water like I'm doing now, that's about as good as it gets. It's that much fun.